Annie Erler and Heather Furr to Andrea Cecchini and the #1 ranked Regina Rage defense. Next on LFL Saturday Night Football. Center in the heartland of football in Canada, Regina, Saskatchewan, where these passionate fans truly bleed the colors of green, black, and white. Hello, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us. Alongside Bobby Huco, I'm Van Allright, and Bobby, this place is rocking. It's a playoff atmosphere for this round 2 of Regina and Saskatoon.
Absolutely, Van Earl. These two teams 2 weeks ago played an outstanding game, but tonight they have to have some passing. The last game, there was 13 combined passing attempts for both teams. Tonight, Nikki Johnson, who is one of the top guns in the league, has to go after her top 2 superstars. Sydney Freilich, 6'1", big country from Minnesota, and Whitney Morado, 5'11". She has to throw to those two. Now for Saskatoon, on the other hand, Annie Erler is a superstar quarterback, but you have to get the ball in rock star Heather Furr's hands. She's a showstopper, a game breaker, and she's going up against the #1 ranked Regina defense tonight.
Now, to show you just how important this game is, we show you a look at the standings. Regina, it's a must-win situation. If they win, they advance to the LFL Canada Championship game, the Lingerie Bowl. If they lose, they're out. For Saskatoon, a win also advances them to the championship game, but they have a little bit of cushion. If Saskatoon loses tonight, they still have a chance to advance to the championship if Toronto beats BC next week, and that's based on the head-to-head advantage that Saskatoon has over BC. Now for more, we take you down to the third member of our broadcast team, Mitchell Mortaza, who has details on that resurgent #1 Regina-ranked defense.
Well, thanks, guys. Down here on the field with the Regina Rage, the #1 ranked defense in all of LFL Canada. And it's real easy why they're the #1 ranked defense and why championships are won on defense. It's really headlined by 2 defensive emerging stars, a pair of rookies. First up, defensive end Andrea Cecchini, who is just a pure playmaker, has an incredible motor. Oh yeah, and it doesn't hurt that she's married to Brett Hawkins, the all-star defensive end for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And on the other side of the ball, you've got Courtney Ulrich. Courtney is one that came out of nowhere, honestly, an incredible impact rookie, possibly the best pure tackler on this defense. So there you go. You've got a pair of great defensive ends. Once again, championships are won on defense. The most amazing thing is we're talking about the Regina Rage defense, and we have not mentioned Tessa Barrera. That's how good these 2 pair of defensive ends are. Back to you guys.
Here we go again. The most heated rivalry in all of LFL Canada. It's coming your way next. We are moments away from kickoff, but first we check in with Mitch Mortaza, who has 2 of Regina's key players in tonight's game.
Down here on the field, guys, seconds before kickoff, I've got a pair of impact players on the field tonight on both sides of the ball for Regina. First off, I've got Whitney Morado. Whitney, the passing game was a little dead in the last matchup versus Saskatoon. What are you guys going to do different, if anything, to bring it to life?
You know, our run game was working, but we're ready to pass the ball. I've showed all of us, myself included, I've showed Nikki Johnson that we can catch the ball. She's got to trust in us, trust our system, and she can air it out. We'll catch that ball for her.
Best of luck. All right, Andrea, defensively, you guys have been a monster. #1 ranked in the league now. You've really come on as of recently. What do you have to continue to do to shut down Furler?
Continue our pass game, pass rush, get past them, make our blocks, and just ball.
Best of luck tonight, okay? That's back to you guys. This team's ready. Winner goes on to the Lingerie Bowl.
Mitchell, thank you so much. Bobby, these players certainly know the importance of this contest, and I can feel the intensity. How about you?
This place is rocking, Van Earl. I can't wait. This should be a great matchup, just like it was 2 weeks ago.
Andy Erler with the kicking duties for Saskatoon. High kick down to the 9-yard line, fielded by Ashley Richter. Breaks one tackle, gets it across midfield. Second effort, gets it into Siren territory. Quality return by Ashley Richter, taken down by Andy Erler, who kicked off the game.
Ashley Richter, the old hockey player. She's not shy about contact, Van Earl, as she showed right there. Great spin move.
Kylie Rossler is the starting running back for the Rage. She's been doing a great job lately. Janelle Weedy is the starting center. She's been having trouble with the snap. We'll see if that continues. And, of course, the offensive leader for the Regina Rage, Nikki Johnson, who's also been serving as offensive coordinator for the team in green.
Nikki Johnson's got to play big tonight, Van Earl. She has a huge game.
Whoa, already a problem with the snap. Janelle Weedy snapped it way before Nikki Johnson was ready for it. That's been a haunting problem for the Rage offense.
Unbelievable. Van Earl, you just talked about it. She snapped the ball. Nikki Johnson never called a snap count. She snapped it. That's a horrible way to start the game.
And they lose the advantage of starting the game in Saskatoon territory. As you take a look at Nikki Johnson's numbers from the season, a pretty good quarterback rating of 87.5. First and 14 after the bad snap. Nikki Johnson looking to throw. Across the field, across her body, complete. Caught by Whitney Murado. That was a nice play by Nikki Johnson.
That's what they have to do. Like we spoke about in pregame, Nikki Johnson has to find Whitney Murado, one of the top receivers in the LFL from Minnesota. She's a game breaker. You got to get her the ball.
Starting defense for the Sirens, a stacked second tier defensively. And up front, Casey Simpson, middle linebacker for the Saskatoon defense. Second down. Pitch to Kylie Rossler, going for the first down marker, but denied by Agam Shashindu.
Kylie Rossler having a whale of a season. She might be the rookie of the year in the LFL. Those stats right there. 91 yards last week, 5.9 average. She's having a great season, Van Earl.
Just underway here in Regina, Saskatchewan. 3rd and 1 for the home team, the Regina Rage in green, quarterback by Nikki Johnson. Johnson from the shotgun, handoff to Kylie Rossler, zigzagging her way, picking up a good gain of 5 yards and good enough for a first down.
She got tripped up by Heather Furr. She would have gone in the end zone. I don't know how, it was almost like a trip. I mean, she would have walked in the end zone, a great cut to make that move that she got the 5 yards on.
It is a 1st and goal situation from the 9-yard line for Regina. Johnson from the shotgun. Keeping it herself. Quarterback draw from the get-go, taking it down to the 6-yard line.
Just a designed quarterback sneak up the middle. Annie Erler is the best at coming from the safety position. She sees the run, she reads the run, she comes from 10 yards back and makes that play to stop her for 3 yards.
Now it'll be 2nd and goal for Regina. Coming out on fire offensively is the Regina Rage. 2nd and goal from the 6. Nikki Johnson rolling to her left, going to the end zone, wide open. Caught, touchdown, Whitney Murado. The Rage offense on fire.
One of their 2 superstar receivers. Watch this. Heather Furr falls down. She falls down and wide open. Murado in the end zone for 6.
Beautiful offensive first drive for the Regina Rage. Now they're lining up for the points after. Looks like they're going for the 1-point conversion. Nikki Johnson usually likes to call her own number on the conversion opportunities, Bobby.
She does, and she's a superstar at it. That's why she calls her own number all the time.
Faking it, rolling right, finds the opening, gets it into the end zone. The conversion is good. The lead is 7 points. Tessa Barrera firing up the home crowd.
Bootleg action right here. Nikki Johnson takes it on her own and outruns Lindsey Berger for the score.
A 5-play scoring drive for the Regina Rage, keeping the crowd involved. Heather Furr, shut out in the last contest when these two teams met a couple of weeks ago. Siren quarterback Annie Erler talks about their offensive focus for tonight's game.
Obviously, being a quarterback, it's very, very frustrating when you have such a run-based offense. Our last matchup with Regina didn't go well in that way, so we really want to open it up today and show them our pass game.
You can hear some frustration in that comment from Annie Erler. They threw the ball only 7 times 2 weeks ago when these two teams met. Handoff to Agam Shishindu, who's really exploded on the scene offensively. As you take a look at the offensive starters, Tamar Fennell, a key to their ground game. Agam Shishindu has really stepped it up, and of course, Annie Erler is the Saskatoon quarterback. She's the sheriff. 2nd and 3 for Saskatoon. Erler, a little short. It looked like she was trying to go deep.
A great idea trying to get the ball to Heather Furr. On defense, look for Sydney Freilich and Nikki Johnson to play big tonight. Then up front on the line, you got Courtney Ulrich and Andrea Cecchini, 2 stalwarts.
3rd and 3 for Annie Erler and the Sirens. Play action. Erler back to pass. Having to scramble out of the pocket. Tucks it underneath. Looks for running room. Reaches for the 20-yard line. Coming up a little bit short. Looked like only a gain of 2 yards, tackled by Whitney Murado. There you see why Saskatoon is the #1 ranked offense in LFL Canada, averaging almost 200 yards a game. It'll now be 4th and 1 for Erler as she moves underneath center. Inside handoff and an end around. Tamar Fennell, all kinds of room, and she is off. Speed on display. Touchdown Saskatoon as she almost takes out the cameraman.
Wow, Tamar Fennell, one of the top backs in the LFL. Watch this misdirection reverse coming right there. Banner, a rooster only crows when it sees the light, and Fennell saw the light. Big time run right there.
That was a slick ball handling exchange in the offensive backfield for Saskatoon. Well done, especially since they were almost interrupted by the tackle. Now they'll line up for the points after.
What a start, Vanderl. Both teams coming out strong. You couldn't ask for anything more than this.
And we were looking for a defensive standoff, but right now it's nothing but offense on display as Erler lines up underneath center, looking to throw. Now scrambling and finding no room. Taken down by Andrea Cecchini. Hey, speaking of Cecchini, she's full of confidence for her defense tonight, knowing that they can play well.
I felt confident coming into tonight's game. Our defense is strong. We shut down Furler one time, and we plan on doing it again. We're really coming together as a unit, and be ready for this D.
Right now, that preserves a 1-point lead for Regina. Andrea Cecchini, she too has emerged in LFL Canada, and her big hit on Annie Erler has her shaken up, Bobby.
She is. Looks like she got the wind knocked out of her, but you're right, Cecchini is having a whale of the year, and as you know, her husband plays in the CFL, superstar Brett Hawkins.
Here is Nikki Johnson in the 2nd offensive possession for the Regina Rays. Looked like a bit of a mix-up in the backfield. Johnson tucked it underneath, picks up good yardage on the 1st and 10. A 12-yard gain, good enough for another first down.
That play is one of their signature plays. It's a spread option, and she runs it well.
The keys for Regina offensively on the ground. Number 10, Kylie Rossler. As you take a look at some video from when these two teams met 2 weeks ago, Kylie Rossler is big, and of course, so is quarterback Nikki Johnson, Bobby.
Kylie Rossler is coming into her own this year. Nikki Johnson, she's a superstar. She's known in LFL US as a passer, but she turned into a runner in LFL Canada, running through people and around people for scores.
And on the last play, Nikki Johnson ran the ball for 12 yards, resulted in another first down, as again, they continue to look very good offensively. From the shotgun, handoff to Rossler, the other key component, cutting back against the grain. Oh, a big block. A big block delivered by Nikki Johnson on Agam Shishindu, creating a little bit more space for Rossler.
Rossler showing she's a rookie right here. She's got a good gain right there. She tries to come back all the way across the field. Nikki Johnson showing the athlete she is and a great cutback, crackback block, something I never did when I was playing, Van Earl.
You know what? I was going to say, Bobby, in all my research of the video archive of the Bobby Hugo career, I never saw you with the block.
Quarterbacks don't like that. They should tell the running backs. Nikki's right now, she does not want to throw this block, but she did a great job of getting it done.
Hey, exactly. She still got the job done. After that wild 3-yard gain, now a 2nd and 7 for Regina. Nikki keeping it herself, picking up another first down, 11-yard gain.
It was a trips right set to the right. Everybody thought that she was going to go right. It's almost like she called her own number, and naked, meaning no blocking in front of her, she went out there and made something happen on her own. Great athlete, Nikki Johnson.
Resulting in another first down for the Regina Rage on their 2nd offensive possession. All of their plays so far in this contest in this first quarter have been positive offensive plays. Johnson rolling right. Found Big Country in the flat. Short little pass, but a gain of 5 yards. This game is off to a fast and furious start, Mitch Mortaza.
Thanks, guys. 1:27 left. Both offenses are coming out with absolute abandon here. You saw Saskatoon go with the no huddle and drive right down the field. Regina's doing much of the same. So much for the #1 ranked Regina defense and the #2 ranked Saskatoon defense. It looks like the offenses have come to play tonight. Back to you guys.
Excellent point, Mitch. 2nd and 5 for Regina. Hand off to Kylie Rossler, straight back up the middle, taken down by Annie Erler. But again, Regina in the red zone.
Straight handoff right up the gut. Rossler, no blocking there at all. She tries to go right over Andy Erler, but that's not happening, Van Earl.
Not at all. You can see Rossler grimacing after the tackle, feeling the pain of an Annie Erler hit.
The sheriff.
3rd and 3 for Regina. Final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Rossler still in there, taking the inside handoff, but coming up short. Looks like she's down to the 3-yard line, but another first down for Regina.
Inside swing. Watch Sydney Fralick. She turns around instead of blocking downfield. If she puts a block there, Rossler would walk in the end zone. I don't know what Sydney was thinking about.
That will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Regina and Saskatoon both off to a great start offensively. The home team Rage leading by 1, 7-6. Intense duel of Saskatchewan LFL Canada action. Regina taking on Saskatoon. And as we begin the second quarter, Nikki Johnson and the Regina Rage offense has a chance to make it 2 for 2 on their drives.
Right now it's the Johnson and Rossler show. They're putting on a show tonight, Van Earl.
1st and goal from the 3. Johnson taking the shotgun snap, keeping it herself, going for the corner. And a collision with her counterpart, Annie Erler. And Johnson walks away from the collision, successfully scoring the touchdown.
I think this is the first time Annie Erler got there late. She's usually right on time, but she's a little bit late. That allows Nikki Johnson. Wow, what a hit.
Great angle from the camera mounted on the helmet of Annie Erler. Johnson also feeling the effects of that collision at the goal line, but touchdown Regina as they line up for the points after.
What a hit. Both those girls, that shows why they are all LFL superstars. Going head-to-head. Erler versus Johnson. It's like Ali going against Frazier.
I love that angle from the helmet cam, too, attached to Annie Erler's helmet. Little pitch to Rossler, going for the points after, but denied by the Saskatoon defense.
Christine Bellinger, what a play by her coming up the whole right side of the line. Stops Kylie Rossler short of the line. Great penetration by the defensive front.
Casey Simpson also involved on that tackle. So it'll be a 13-6 ball game as Annie Erler and the Saskatoon offense prepares for their second offensive possession. The scoring drive by Regina was 7 plays, 40 yards.
Regina and Nikki Johnson coming out strong like they want to go to the Lingerie Bowl, Van Earl. Both teams, I expect Annie Erler to come back hot right now. I'm fired up more than anybody to watch this game tonight.
1st and 10 for Saskatoon. Shotgun snap. Erler looking for a target. Throwing it up left side, falling incomplete. intended for Tamar Fennell.
Full blitz right there. They came at. She had time to get it off, but that wasn't one of her best passes right there. It floated into coverage. It could have been picked off by Sydney Froelich. She's lucky she got away with that pass.
2nd and 10 from their own 10-yard line for the Sirens. From underneath center, handoff to Casey Simpson. Finds some room on the right side, breaks a tackle, picks up a few more yards. Looks like a gain of 7 yards. Tackled by Courtney Ulrich.
Casey Simpson getting some limited playing time. As you can see, she's not having a great year. Only 14 yards, but she needs the experience and she can help the team out sometime.
Picked up 7 yards on that last play, resulting in a 3rd and 3 for Saskatoon from the 17-yard line. Again, the handoff to Simpson up the middle, but nothing there. Taken down by Cicchini in a late hit. Surprisingly enough, by Tessa Barrera. Tessa Barrera, the spiritual leader of the Regina defense, and she's been receiving lots of help.
The bookends at defensive end, Courtney Ulrich and Andrea Cicchini are outstanding seasons. Right there, Andrea Cicchini has a great motor, great tackling ability, probably the best tackler on the Rage right there. She can hit anybody at any time on the field, Van Earl.
Cicchini and Ulrich have been so good, we've hardly mentioned Tessa Barrera's name. Now a 4th and 1 for Saskatoon. Pitch to Casey Simpson. Nothing there, and a big cleanup hit. There's Tessa Barrera. There's an opportunity to mention her name.
What a 1-2 combination. Carmen Borceau coming off the corner, setting up the big hit from Tessa Barrera. Wow.
Resulting in a loss of a yard. That was on 4th down. You see the numbers for Tessa Barrera. Still very active defensively for the team in green. Ball will go over on downs to Nikki Johnson and the Regina offense. And they'll have terrific field position. 1st and 10 from the Sirens' 18-yard line.
This is big right here. Nikki Johnson, she can turn the game around right by herself right there. They have a lead. They can pour it on with another touchdown. She has to play big this series, Van Earl.
Packed backfield. Hand off to Kylie Rossler. Good gain on the right side. Gain of 7 yards. Barrera still trying to work the refs.
Basic handoff right up. Look at the blocking up front. Great blocking by the Rage. They're going to plow it down the middle as long as it's there 7 yards at a pop. Chichindu right there. She's having a great year with 11 tackles, and she's showing why she's the all-star she is.
Absolutely. She's always a presence defensively. Now a 2nd and 2 for the Sirens. Still a packed backfield. Johnson with the shotgun snap. Handoff to Rossler, left side, another good gain. Another 1st down for the Regina offense.
I love the game that Nikki Johnson's calling. She's the offensive coordinator. They can't stop that basic handoff.
Illegal defense. That penalty is declined. 1st down.
The run resulted in the 1st down, so the penalty doesn't matter against Saskatoon. The Regina drive continues. They now are 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
They're looking like a team that wants to go to the Lingerie Bowl. They look solid right now. They're putting it to Saskatoon.
Really coming out on fire offensively as we approach the 5-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. Johnson looking to throw. Little pump fake. Still scrambling around, tucking it underneath. She went east-west and not much north-south. No gain on the play.
Tamar Fennell right there. She showed she can do it on both sides of the ball. 19 assists from the cornerback position. We know her as a running back, but she's having a whale of a season at cornerback.
Big moment in the game for the Saskatoon defense. They have got to step up and deny Nikki Johnson and the Regina offense of a 3rd touchdown here in the 2nd quarter. 2nd and goal now from the 5-yard line as Johnson moves underneath center. Pitch to Kylie Rossler in the end zone for a touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run. Regina continuing to appeal to the home crowd.
Regina pounding it out on the ground. Look at the road graders out in front of Kylie Rossler, who walked into the end zone.
Man, they have just come out so impressively
You know, Van Earl, I don't think a lot of people realize Nikki Johnson took over as the offensive coordinator. This team went through 2 coaches changes, and now it's 19-6. They got a shot to go to Lingerie Bowl, and the team was all over the place when the season started.
And they're certainly displaying a whole lot more urgency than Saskatoon is. Lining up for the points after, toss in the back of the end zone. Oh!
She might have caught it. Did she get it?
It looks like a Derek Jeter play out there.
It's the alley-oop, trying to get Big Country in the back of the end zone. I don't know if the fan got it or Big Country. The fan lost his beer, obviously, but where's the ball?
There's the perspective from the helmet cam on top of Annie Earler's helmet. Incomplete. So the score will remain 19-6. Nice effort, though, by Fralick.
Great effort, great pass. That pass, you have to put it up like that because then you can't intercept it. The only person that has a chance to catch that ball is Sidney Fralick, or obviously the guy with a beard.
I think it was 50-50 on the battle with the guy with the beard. Annie Earler's numbers for the season, 50% completion percentage, but a great rating of over 140. Oh, another misdirection. Tamar Fennell with the pig, breaking a couple of tackles, getting it out beyond the 15-yard line for the Sirens, a gain of 7 yards.
This is a new wrinkle that Coach Lambert's put in. It's almost like a wishbone because you know what they're going to do. They do this play that you can do 3 things. You give the ball in the back, she can give it to the reverse player right there, Fennell, or it could be a play-action pass. It's a great play selection and a great design by Coach Lambert.
Love the play design. Now a 2nd and 3 for Earler and the Sirens. Again, inside to Agam Shishindu. Breaking a couple of tackles herself. Picking up a good gain of 6 yards. Good enough for the first down.
Inside handoff to Agam Chichindu. She's showing that she can play on offense, too. They have a number of weapons, Van Earl. When she gets the ball, Fennell gets the ball, Earler gets the ball, and, of course, Rockstar Heather Furr. They can go to anybody.
The run by Shishindu resulted in the first down, but you see a Regina Rage player down on the field. Carmen Berceau definitely shaken up.
You don't like to see this. She comes up strong here and hits Chichindu, but she is coming off a concussion earlier in the season. I hope it's not another head injury.
Absolutely. She looks pretty shaky, though. Good to see her on her feet. 1st and 10 for Annie Earler and the Sirens. Trying to find some rhythm offensively. Earler going deep down the right side. Going for Fennell, but Fralick almost was there to pick it up.
Van Earl, she's open. She releases the ball too late. If she gets it out there early, Fennell's got a touchdown.
Right now we want to check in with Mitch Mortaz, who has an injury update on Berceau.
Hey guys, 3:08 and counting left in the 2nd quarter. This is turning into a mash unit down here on the floor. The latest to go down, Carmen Berceau, who is already fighting a concussion, suffered in the season opener. She unfortunately just went down with a dislocated shoulder. Her return is doubtful. Back to you guys.
2nd and 10 for Saskatoon. Pass incomplete. Intended for Simpson, and she comes away hobbling.
Straight man-to-man coverage. Great coverage there by Andrea Stangler. She had no chance to get that ball in there.
3rd and 10 for the Sirens as we approach the 2-minute mark of the first half.
This is when Annie Earler has to step up her game. She's one of the best quarterbacks in this league, but she has to show it right now. As we talked in the pregame, though, that rock star Heather Furr is not getting the ball. You got to get the ball in her hands somehow for this team to win today.
Now a 3rd and 10 for Saskatoon. Little misdirection. Tamar Fennell, the ball carrier. Good run again by Fennell. Looks like it's good enough for the first down.
Coach Lambert's put this play in this week. Regina obviously not ready for it. She has 3 options: to keep it, hand it off to the back, or reverse to Fennell. It's unstoppable right now.
It is a first down, and we reach the 2-minute mark of the first half. Regina in control by 13. Back for the final minute and 55 seconds of the 2nd quarter. Regina has maintained control of this contest from the kickoff. Annie Earler and Saskatoon, though, now driving, trying to cut into that deficit. Couple of fakes. Wide open. Heather Furr, you just mentioned it, Bobby. They needed to connect, and there they do for the touchdown. Beautiful play by Saskatoon.
Great play selection right there. Heather Furr, play action pass. Heather Furr wide open on a post pattern. They thought it was going to be the same reverse. Coming back to Fennell, she fakes it and hits Heather Furr in the end zone.
17-yard scoring play. I love that play, Bobby. That was beautiful.
They can run that all night. It's like I said, it's like the wishbone. They know what's coming, but they don't know who's going to get the ball.
The Siren offense huddling up to figure out what they're going to run for the points after. Erler working from the shotgun. Looking to throw. It's a little slant pattern. Too much traffic intended for Heather Furr. And another injury for Regina.
Quick slant pattern. She's actually open. A quick seam right there. The ball gets through. Furr could have caught that ball. I don't know how it got through, Vander, but it got through.
Forward pass interference. Number 4, Regina. Half the distance to the goal, repeat the convert.
All right, Whitney Morano being helped gingerly off the field, holding her upper body. Looked like it might be a shoulder injury.
That's a big injury for Regina. She's one of their star ends. They need a go-to player like her, but they don't need her on the bench like this.
The penalty was defensive pass interference for Regina, so Saskatoon gets another opportunity. They take advantage of the opportunity. Annie Erler walks in for the points after, making it a 5-point game.
Annie Erler stepped up right here, takes it in herself, but that's the drive she had to have. She had to have that to get Saskatoon back in the ballgame.
Nikki Johnson in complete control. We want to show you some examples of her leadership and her knowledge of the Regina offense and how she is in control.
We're checking out, okay? Throw it right, we're checking out, all right? So you guys are swinging, all right? On one, ready? Let's go twins left, 4-6, R fade. Twins left, 4-6, R fade, on one, ready? So first series we won't go into pro. Explain to them they need to lead block. If we say 22 lead, they have to lead through the 2 hole. First person they see, they got to hit. And then the same thing if they go through the 1 hole.
I love it that she's telling a coach how to play the game. She studies 24 hours a day football. She is a coach on the field. It's unbelievable how successful she's being as the offensive coordinator.
And Nikki Johnson keeps it on 1st and 10, gets it out beyond the 15-yard line. Another good game for Johnson and the Regina offense.
And it shows with her play calling right here. She can throw the ball as well as anybody in the LFL, but she's scared to go deep against the top secondary in the league, so she's keeping it on the ground.
Off a 2nd and 3, pig on the floor. Picked up by Annie Erler. Saskatoon with a golden opportunity right before halftime.
Wow, what a play right there. This hit, the ball pops up out of nowhere. Rosser's got to protect the football. She's got it stripped right there. She's got to keep the ball tucked in high and tight. She does not. Annie Erler, of all people, comes up with the ball. Huge turnovers for Saskatoon.
Credit to Annie Erler and Casey Simpson with the initial hit to knock the ball loose. Now it's Siren football, 1st and 10, just 13 yards away from the end zone. Handoff on the end around to Tamara Fennell, the speed on display. Got it down to the 3-yard line. What a beautiful opportunity for Saskatoon.
Coach Lamberts is calling the same play, play after play, giving it to Fennell. The play is unstoppable. This game is turned around on that fumble.
9-yard gain. Now 2nd and 1. Up the middle to Casey Simpson. Gang tackled by the Regina defense.
You have to do that once in a while just to show you can give the ball to Simpson. Obviously, what we talked about before, she's not a game breaker, but you got to show that she can take the ball. That makes the reverse come around to Fennell look a lot better.
Now Saskatoon showing a sense of urgency as we play the final minute of the first half. They're on the doorstep. Annie Erler scrambling around, going for the corner. She's got it. Touchdown, Saskatoon, taking advantage of the gift from Regina.
How many times we say that she looks like Tim Tebow? There's nothing here at all. She takes the ball, tucks it in, runs in for the score all on her own.
3-yard touchdown run for Annie Erler. Wow, all of a sudden, Saskatoon has taken the lead.
The Regina crowd is quiet. They're speechless right now.
You gotta see him. Come on, hey, right here, we take the lead. On one, inside, ready, break.
Here's a an example of the leadership provided by Annie Erler to her Siren team. Tessa Barrera, stunned. The points after, mishandled snap. Erler taken down by Tessa Barrera, trying to throw it before she goes down. It was caught by Heather Furr.
What an athlete. Naked bootleg right there. She gets stopped. Tessa Barrera stops her forward progress right there. The play's over, but Annie Erler tries to make something happen and almost got away.
Quick whistle on the referee's part, and I think Annie Erler had a very legitimate argument.
It was close, Vander. I kind of think the other way. I think she was stopped. Once she starts going backwards, being pushed by Tessa Barrera, play's over.
And of course, the referees always trying to protect the quarterback. Annie Erler wished they had provided so much protection that time.
She's a competitor, though. I don't blame her for trying to get that ball off, and it would have been points, important points in a game like this.
47 seconds for Nikki Johnson and the Regina Rage offense to answer. 1st and 10. Handoff to Rossler, left side. Ran into Shishindu. Let's go down to Mitch Mortaza for another injury update.
All right, guys, once again, the dreaded assignment of reporting another injury. This time, Whitney Murado, dislocated shoulder, definitely out. So they're going to be short on this offensive drive.
I believe we had a whistle, a dead ball whistle before they snapped that ball. Most likely a false start.
Van Earl, that injury is huge. That's the only deep threat that they have, Murado.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second up.
Still be second down, but they'll back up 5 yards. Still on a 50-yard football field, Bobby. Anything is possible with 39 seconds left.
And with her gun, the problem is she doesn't have a weapon right there. Fraley can go deep, but she doesn't have that speed like Murado does.
Johnson airing it out. Picked off by Annie Erler. Lots of running room for Erler. Oh, look out here. Beats Rossler, beats Nikki Johnson, and gets it into the end zone. Wow, my goodness. What a turn of events in the final couple of minutes here of the first half.
Van Earl, just like we spoke about, there's no wheels going deep. Fraley can't go deep like that. Playing center field, Annie Erler, easy interception, but watch the running ability right here. Kylie Rossler should have made this tackle. She puts a Marcus Allen spin move on and takes it in the end zone. Tremendous play by Ann Erler.
The strength of Erler with Johnson trying to stop her. Man, that was impressive. This is amazing. All we were talking about and all we were watching was Regina in control of this football game. And here are the final 2 minutes of the first half.
It only seems like a couple minutes ago we were talking about Nikki Johnson maybe going up 3 scores.
Yes.
And here it is, 24 seconds left, and Saskatoon is up 26-19.
A 7-point lead, looking to add to it on the conversion opportunity after the touchdown. Complete to a wide-open Heather Furr. Oh, my.
Making things happen back there. Heather Furr, we said she has to get in the game. She's finally getting the ball, and it usually happens when she gets the ball, Saskatoon usually wins.
That conversion was good for 2 points, so the lead is 9, 28-19. Wow. This is amazing. Regina's got to be wondering what's going on.
Nikki Johnson has got to get the team composed right now. She's got to show her leadership and put something on the board right now to stop the bleeding.
Let's see what Nikki and the team in green can do here in the final half minute of play in the first half. Right now facing a 1st and 10.
We've seen her do it before, Van Earl. She's made good comebacks all year long. She needs a great one here because this is for all the marbles.
Back to pass. Plenty of time. Now scrambling around. Running right side. Tucking it underneath. Getting it out to the 17, 18-yard line.
They got to hurry up. There's got to be some urgency right now. There's only 10 seconds left. They got to get on the ball.
Whistle stops play after Nikki Johnson clocked it. Final few seconds of the first half. Wasted a few seconds there, but she was scrambling, she was hustling to try to clock that ball.
They have to stay composed. There's still a chance right here. She's got the gun. She can try to get Fraley deep right now, but they got to be composed. Right now, they're really disheveled all over the place.
Indeed, because they have just been knocked in the head by Saskatoon. They're on their heels. 2nd and 3 with seconds left for Nikki Johnson and the Rage. Good shotgun snap. Johnson scrambling around. Chase out of the pocket. The shovel pass to Freilich. Cutting back to the middle of the field, but taken down, and that will do it for the first half. Regina heads to the locker room. They will have to make adjustments. They've had lots of injuries. Saskatoon in charge by 9.
Defense, we need some plays out of you, okay? You gotta rush those gaps, you gotta hit them.
Got 2 quarters and that's it. Defensively, if we don't give a touchdown up, we go to the show.
Siren head coach Chris Lambert's making it crystal clear, Bobby, what is at stake tonight?
Absolutely, and 2 huge turnovers in the first half. Kylie Rossler putting the ball on the turf, and Annie Erler coming up with another big interception.
Right now we want to show you the first half highlights. Nikki Johnson and the Regina Rage took control early, but then Tamara Fennell was there to answer for Saskatoon as she completed the long touchdown run. Nikki Johnson, though, still showing guts and determination. Kylie Rossler later gave the Rage a 19-6 lead on the 5-yard TD run. But then Kylie Rossler put the pig on the floor. Saskatoon turned it into a touchdown, and Annie Erler at the end of the first half picked it off, took it back, and Saskatoon has a 9-point lead at halftime.
The halftime stats, the big difference, as you can see right there, is the 2 turnovers. Other than that, it's pretty even.
Back with the second half kickoff after this. We are back at the Brandt Center, just a few moments away from the second half kickoff, Bobby.
I'm looking forward to it. Looks like Nikki Johnson has to come up big to get back in the game, and she always finds a way. Who's going to play for Saskatoon right now and make the big play to put them in the laundry bowl?
Sydney Freilich kicking it off for Regina. Heather Ferd taking it at the goal line, cutting up the middle. Oh, and then she runs into the wall of Kylie Rossler.
Regina's got to come up big right now, Vanderbilt. They need to stop big time right now to get back in the ballgame.
Saskatoon with their first offensive possession of this second half. They'll start it off 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line.
I'm looking forward to seeing if they're going to run that same misdirection play, which killed Regina in the first half. They have 3 options. Erler can keep the ball, she can hand it to Simpson, or give it on a reverse, which is very successful given to Tamar Fennell.
Casey Simpson with multiple carries, and she's in the offensive backfield right now for the Sirens, and she gets it on 1st down, a gain of only 1 yard. But they've been giving it to Simpson a lot more than Tamar Fennell.
That's what we're talking about right there, Bendo. You got to show Simpson with the ball to make the reverse work.
Here's Tessa Barrera, always wired up.
Woo! Yeah! Let's have some fun. Let's f them up. Let's be warriors, baby. Let's go. Yeah!
What intensity by Tessa Barrera, having a strong first half with 4 tackles so far. Vanderbilt, she can out-talk and echo.
She definitely loves to talk out there, and she's always bringing the intensity for the Regina Rage. Now a 2nd and 9 for Saskatoon. Annie Erler working from underneath center. Faking twice in the backfield. Oh, and finding a receiver, but Agam Shishindu just simply dropped the ball.
This play has so many options. I love this play selection by Coach Lambert. They do the play-action pass right there. Instead of going deep to a post like they did earlier to Heather Ferd, they come underneath to a wide open Agam Shishindu, and she dropped the ball.
Now be a 3rd and 9 for the Sirens. This is the first offensive possession of the second half. Sirens lead it by 9, 28-19. Right now they face a 3rd and 9 from their own 12. Keeping it on the ground. Tamar Fennell's got some room, picks up 12 yards, gets it out from deep in their own territory.
This scheme right here, you can run an entire offense just off of this one play. I'm surprised they didn't use this early in the season. It's unstoppable right now. Fennell is having a whale of a game.
Gotta love the hiding of the ball as you see Tamar Fennell's numbers from the first half. That big, long touchdown run that got the Sirens on the board in this game.
Averaging 14 yards per carry. That's unbelievable.
That'll let her carry the ball more. 1st and 10 for the Sirens. Again, 2 fakes in the backfield. Andy Erler chased out of the pocket, finds a target. Agam Shishindu complete. Another first down.
The same play selection again. I love this call. Look at the heels that Regina's on their back, on their heels. They don't know who has the ball. Erler fires wide open. Agam Shishindu again. They don't know who has the ball or who's going to get the ball.
Saskatoon moving and now into Regina territory. 1st and 10 and 14 yards away from adding another score to their lead that is now 9. Handoff to Casey Simpson, picks up some yards, gain of 3 on the right side.
Solid run by Simpson right there, but you got to give her the ball right there. You got to show run up the middle. They got keeps them honest, keeps the linebackers coming up for the ball. Then they come around with the reverse or to play action and go deep. It's a great play. I love it.
Moving 3 yards closer to the end zone. Now a 2nd and 7 from the range 11-yard line. That's the base of their offense. 2 fakes in the backfield and the options galore, Bobby.
They can give it to anybody, or Erler can keep it, or play action pass.
Again, 2nd and 7. Here we go. Same thing. Fennell, a gain of 3 yards, down into the red zone to the 8-yard line.
For a running back like Fennell, this play is perfect. It allows her to have open space. She's got a lead blocker in front of her. She can run for daylight. She can make cuts where she wants to. And it's showing with her averaging 14 yards a carry. Unbelievable today.
The last play, a 3-yard gain by Fennell, resulting in a 3rd and 4 for Saskatoon. Andy Erler with a couple of fakes, scrambling around, looking for a target. Throwing it downfield, but incomplete. Intended for Amanda Stallworth.
Stallworth actually had to go after this ball. I can't believe how Annie Erler creates time. She's like Ben Roethlisberger back there. She gets time, she makes things happen. She's more dangerous on open plays like that aren't designed.
The Roethlisberger analogy, I think, is very accurate. She definitely reminds you of the Steeler quarterback, the way that she moves around and stems the play. Now a 4th and 4, 8 yards away from the end zone, but still able to get a first down to keep the drive alive.
This is a huge play for Regina right there. They have to get a stop.
Handoff inside Shishindu. Loose ball picked up by Fennell. And a big stop, indeed, for the Regina defense.
As much as I like the play selection before, this is a terrible call right here. They're going to be attacking the line. The linebackers are up. He tried a little inside handoff to Chindu. There's no space there. They should have done the old play with bring Fennell around the backside.
Here's Mitch.
Hey, guys. We are 3:08 in the 3rd quarter. It's do or die pretty much. A lot of time left, but this Regina Rage sideline is definitely feeling a little antsy. This offense has to take control at this point to stay within 10 points. Let's see how they shake up on this drive. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mitch. You mentioned it, a key offensive possession for Nikki Johnson and the Rage. 1st and 10 from their 14. Johnson keeping it herself, finding a lot of room down the left sideline, heading for the end zone. Knocked out at the end by Annie Erler. Great gain by Nikki Johnson.
Huge play by Nikki Johnson. The spread option. She follows the block of Kylie Rosser and almost takes this to the house, showing her speed down the sideline.
But we got a flag on the play, Bobby. It looks like it's coming back.
5-yard penalty, first down repeated.
I hate to say it, but there was 2 holds on here. Watch right here. Janelle Wiebe get caught right there grabbing the jersey. And down the field, Ashley Richter, almost a takedown. No wonder Nikki Johnson had it open down the sideline.
It'll be 1st and 15 as you take a look at Nikki Johnson's numbers from the first half. 4 of 6 and 1 TD. And also that 1 big pick picked up by Annie Erler.
And the biggest thing is she's lost her #1 receiver. Whitney Murata was on the sideline with a separated shoulder.
You mentioned it in the first half. That is a huge loss for Regina. The pitch to Kylie Rosser, picking up good yards. A gain of 10 out to the 19-yard line.
Kylie Rosser, she's a great hockey player, great athlete right there. She's having a big game, 10 rushes, 39 yards, 3.9. She's a solid running back. She's going to have to come up big here in the second half.
Now a 2nd and 5 for Regina. Working from their own 19-yard line. They really need a score on this offensive possession.
Nikki Johnson has to come up big right now. They need points badly, and she's lost her receiver, like I mentioned. She's going to have to put the whole thing on her shoulders right now.
Rossler with her in the backfield, faking it to Rossler, keeping it herself as Nikki Johnson picks up the first down. Good gain for the Regina quarterback down the left side before being knocked out of bounds.
This is their feature play. It's a spread option. They fake it to Rossler up the gut, and then she becomes the lead blocker. It's a great play. All they need off of that now is a play action pass like Saskatoon has.
An 11-yard gain, good enough for a first down and into Saskatoon territory.
Who's out here? Me, I'm sorry, I'm there. Walk your ass off. See you later. I won. You're great.
We've seen it earlier in the season. Nikki Johnson making up plays as she goes along. Got to believe that she's still relying on her playbook right now. Working underneath center. Inside handoff. That's to Tessa Barrera. Gain of just 3 yards, but you can feel the intensity in the building. And Mitch Mortaza says you can feel it on the field as well.
Guys, down here on the field, you definitely get a sense of intensity picking up on both sides of the ball. Even some of these U.S. players that know each other well and are very friendly off the field are definitely starting to exchange words. They know, both of these teams know their season's on the line here in the last 9 minutes or so of this game. We'll see how it shapes up.
2nd and 7 for Johnson. Juking and jiving. Trying to make it a positive play, taken down by Heather Furr after a gain of 4 yards. And here's an example of that intensity Mitch was talking about. First year of LFL Canada, but the rivalry is very intense, Bobby.
This is an unbelievable ball game, but Mitch made a great point. Regina looks like a different team. Remember, they were all disheveled after the interception and the fumble? Nikki Johnson is taking control of that huddle, and they're a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
They're focused, they're calmed down, they are executing right now, and it's a 3rd and 3. Could have been a false start on Kylie Rosser. No flag on the play as Kylie Rosser picks up 3 yards. Annie Earler sure thought it should have been a penalty.
You didn't see that outside? Right in front of your face, that outside? The running back jumping? You got fucking kidding me. I can't wait till you guys watch this game. Can't wait till you watch this game.
That was the voice of Saskatoon leader Annie Earler expressing her frustration with the referee. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Saskatoon still in charge by 9. 1st and goal for Regina. Johnson keeping it herself. Left side, taking it down inside the 5. A gain of 7 yards down to the 3-yard line.
It's a variation of the same play they ran before. They brought Rossler in motion. She ends up taking a fake in the inside, and then they go to the lead blocker. 7-yard run right there. They can't stop that.
Tackle by Heather Furr. 2nd and goal now for the Rage. Trying to cut into that 9-point deficit. 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Johnson looking to throw. Cross her body. Caught by Tessa Barrera. Taking a shot to the face after the catch, but touchdown for Regina.
Great play selection by Nikki Johnson. She fakes like she's going right, and all the way across the field, Tessa Barrera slips out to the left corner of the end zone, wide open. Great call.
3-yard TD toss. Now Regina, after cutting their deficit to just 3 points, lining up for the points after the score.
You knew Nikki Johnson would come back. She's done it all year. Not going to let this game get out of hand. She brings them right down for a touchdown, brings them right back in the ball game.
Here's the conversion. Scrambling around as she does, throwing it in the air, caught by Big Country Sydney Fralick. The points after are good. Now a 2-point ball game. We've got a contest, Bobby.
That looked like the same play that Saskatoon ran. All she did is get time back there, scramble around, and let Big Country get open in the end zone, wide open for that score.
28-26, Saskatoon. Before Saskatoon gets going, we'll check in with Mitch, reporting to us from the Regina bench.
7:23 in the 4th quarter. Definitely a shift in momentum down here on the field. Regina is starting to show some life on the bench. Let's see if this #1 ranked defense can live up to its billing.
Exactly, Mitch. Annie Erler from underneath center. Flag flying on the play as the ball is handed off to Casey Simpson.
Looks like they were lined up offside, but right now the two defensive ends have to come up big.
Offside, Regina, number 2. 5-yard penalty, first down repeated.
Stangler was offside there. Another silly mistake. It's been happening all night.
Indeed, Bobby, and here's a few examples of the sloppy play and examples of how Regina has been their own worst enemy at times throughout this game.
It's amazing they're still in the ball game. Right there, a little Hail Mary pass up there for Frelick. Annie Erler comes up big. And right here, these holds right there, that's why she broke open that long game. But silly mistakes are killing.
And the last mistake, an offside penalty, resulting in a 1st and 5 for the Sirens, working from their own 15.
To Regina's credit, though, with all those mistakes, they're still in the ball game. They're only down 2.
Exactly. Annie Erler again working from underneath center. 2 fakes, as they've been doing throughout the game. Erler escapes, but not that second one. Taken down by Andrea Stengler.
Great play by Stengler, but watch this. Cicchini right there. That's what I was getting at earlier. The 2 defensive ends have to contain this play. They can't let Fennell go outside like he did in the first half and all game. They have to contain this play. They did a great job right there.
And Erler did a great job of getting back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, so it'll be a 2nd and 5 from their own 15.
There's only one other way to do it, Vanderbilt. They could go man-to-man or girl-to-girl and take each player individually all over the field.
Sirens keeping it on the ground. Handing it out to Tamara Fennell. Such a great running back. Looks like she's got enough for the first down. Indeed, she does.
A great run, but also Cicchini's playing this play a lot better right now. She's not letting them get outside. She's containing them, keeping her inside. It was a good game, but they're starting to get a handle on it.
The gain was 6 yards, resulting in the first down. Sirens working from their own 21-yard line as they approach midfield as we approach the 6-minute mark of this 4th quarter. Casey Simpson in the backfield with Erler. The fake to Simpson. Erler scrambling around, tucking it underneath, moving out to the right sideline. Big gain down the right side.
Wow, but Saskatoon needs a big play. Who else but Annie Erler with a monster run right up the middle. She drops back the pass, has good protection, comes right up the gut, outruns the entire defense. Huge play for Saskatoon and Annie Erler.
Gain of 18 yards and an obvious result of a first down as Saskatoon moves into Regina territory, now 11 yards from the end zone as they try to add their 2-point lead.
Regina's got to come up big. This is for the lingerie bowl. Somebody's got to make a big play.
Handoff to Tamara Fennell. She bobbled it in the backfield, broke 2 tackles, still fighting for the end zone, getting it down to the 1-yard line.
That shows what kind of athlete Fennell is. Watch this. They bobble. It could have been a huge turnover for Regina, but she maintains her composure, gets the ball, then starts running through the entire defense, almost scores.
10-yard gain. 1st and goal now for the Sirens. Great play by Annie Erler on that scramble for 18 yards, and now they are on the doorstep, 1 yard away from the end zone. Annie Erler walks right in. Touchdown, Saskatoon. They indeed do pad their lead.
Her favorite play, the quarterback sneak. When you need a yard, you can go to Annie Erler's quarterback sneak right up the gut. Nobody there. I don't know where Tessa Ferreira was at. She walked in untouched, uncalled for. With 4 minutes left in the game, the Saskatoon offense was right through the Regina defense.
The scoring drive for the Sirens. 5 plays, 40 yards as they line up for the points after the score. Little more than 4 minutes left in this contest, and Saskatoon retakes control, now leading by 8 and trying to add to that lead as they line up for the conversion. Simpson in the backfield. Erler again working from underneath center. Again, an easy waltz into the end zone. The 1-point conversion is good. Now the lead is back to 9, 35-26.
There was no blocking on that play at all, but it was a naked play right here. She runs right into Cicchini and runs through her. Cicchini should have bowed up and had her back at the 5-yard line. They got to play more intensity right now. Nikki Johnson has to come with something now, Banner.
Exactly. They've got plenty of time to do it, more than 4 minutes remaining in the game. But not only do the Rage and Nikki Johnson need to answer, they have to come up with a stop after that. 1st and 10 for the Rage. Play action. Nikki throwing it down the left side into the stands, way off the mark.
She was trying to hit Pereira down the sideline, but watch Agam Chichindu coming on a corner blitz, makes Nikki Johnson hurry the football.
I threw it away. I couldn't get in time.
You can see Nikki Johnson acknowledging the pass rush by Chichindu and how she was rushed on the throw. 2nd and 10 for Regina. Johnson working from the shotgun. Handoff to Kylie Rossler. Lots of room on the right side. Approaching midfield. Great run by Kylie Rossler. 15-yard gain, good for a 1st down.
Kylie Rossler showing why she's having an outstanding game right here. She cuts up, reads her blocks, cuts it back inside. A great gain right here. And with Whitney Murado out of the game, they're going to have to rely on Rossler big time.
Working from midfield. Johnson keeping it herself. The flag flies. Short game. We'll see what the penalty is about. Here's referee Rob Isbister.
Offside. Saskatoon, number 4. 5-yard penalty. Down repeated.
That's a gift of 5 yards for Regina. A few minutes ago was pointed out how Regina was making a lot of mistakes. That time, the mistake committed by the Saskatoon defense. Offside. Now 1st and 5 for Regina. They are now into Siren territory.
They needed that big time, Vanderbilt. Nikki Johnson right now has to stay composed. They're pounding the ball down the field, taking 5 yards like this, 10 yards.
Wow, Kylie Rossler, big gain. A gain of 14 yards resulting in another 1st down.
I'm surprised that Saskatoon's defense is not all up on the line of scrimmage. They have no deep threat. The safety should be up on the line because they can't throw the ball deep. And what happens? Kylie Rossler goes right through him.
Bobby, we pointed out Regina needed to answer. They are doing just that in the red zone, 6 yards from the end zone. Again, the pitch to Rossler, this time denied by Chichindu.
We knew it was going to happen. Nikki Johnson is the comeback kid. Here it is, 2 minutes left in the game. They look like they might be taking it in for another score. What a ball game, Dan Earl.
No gain on that last run by Rossler. Still 6 yards from pay dirt. 2nd and goal for Nikki Johnson in the Rage. Hadn't seen Nikki carrying it in what, 1 or 2 plays? Gotta believe she'll carry it. There she goes, right back up the middle, looking for the end zone. The Saskatoon defense steps up. Annie Earler coming in to clean it up. And Johnson will not make it into the touchdown.
She called her own number, just a basic quarterback draw. She tried to make like they're going to pass, but it's tough to do when you're not passing the ball. Nobody went for that fake, and Heather Farrell was right there.
Now 3rd and goal. Easy walk into the end zone by Nikki Johnson. Touchdown, Regina Rage.
Watch the Saskatoon defense. They're all walking toward the left side of the end zone. There was nobody in the right corner of the end zone. She walked in for an easy score.
Let's see what they can do on the conversion after the score. Right now it's a 3-point game. Going for the 1-point conversion from the shotgun. Johnson scrambling around, finding some time, finds a target. Complete to Sydney Freilich. The conversion is good.
If they do that one more time, I'm going to think this is a design play. All she does is scramble like in your backyard and wait for Sydney Freilich to get open. She usually does, just like that.
We've hit the 2-minute mark, and Regina has once again cut the lead to just 2, thanks to their leader, Nikki Johnson. Next week, another great edition of LFL Saturday Night Football with huge playoff implications as Stephanie Manu and the BC Angels go into Toronto to battle Tiffany Russell and the winless Triumph. Right now, Bobby, you got to believe Regina trailing by 2, lining up for the onside kickoff. What is the rule?
Absolutely. Inside of 4 minutes, and if you're down, you can try the onside kick, just like Regina's going to do right now. Let's see if Big Country can do a good kick.
Oh, that's not a very good kick.
That was not how it's supposed to be done. You're supposed to have 2 quick hops, bam, bam, then a big hop. or like she was trying to do, just slam it down real hard and pop it straight up. But that was not the way it was supposed to be done. An easy catch there by Saskatoon.
Absolutely. So they will take over, and Annie Erler, you know, is focused and full of instruction.
We're in 2 minutes offense, but we want to slow this clock. We're running this clock out. We're doing play 9, okay? Play 9, twins dive, reverse left. All right, on 1. Ready? Great. Take your time.
Annie Erler, focused as she and the offense approach the line of scrimmage, looking to run the clock and maintain their lead. Fake the handoff. Again, the end around to Tamara Fennell. And Andrea Cecchini is there and full of verbiage for Fennell.
That's her favorite play. Twins 9, reverse left to Fennell. It's a good play because it takes a lot of time off the clock, but Cecchini and Ferreira were right there. They have to try to strip the ball right now, or Saskatoon's is going to run the clock down. They're going to keep doing that same play. I guarantee it, over and over.
Annie Erler in complete control of this situation. And really, Bobby, she's been in control throughout this game, playing not only great offense, but also great defense. This pick 6, probably the play of the game.
Annie Erler showing why she is the superstar, in my opinion, in the LFL. She can pass it like she did there to Heather Furr, and she can run as good as anybody. Like I said, the Tim Tebow of the LFL.
And she's already been named the MVP of this huge game between these two teams from the province of Saskatchewan. 2 fakes again and going deep down the left side. Incomplete, intended for her favorite target, Heather Furr, who gets some jawing from Nikki Johnson.
Van Earl, I just don't understand this call. All you want to do is run the clock out. You don't want to give Regina the chance to get the ball.
Just one, Reed! Just one, baby, let's go!
And you see the intensity still right on the surface for Nikki Johnson, getting in the face of Heather Furr, who was unable to make that catch. You're right, Bobby. What are they doing throwing the ball? The clock has stopped at a minute, or a little bit more than a minute, and now it's a 3rd and 14 for Saskatoon.
That's the only way Regina could win the game, is with a turnover like that. I don't understand it at all.
Erler keeping it herself, going up the right side, pushed out of bounds. A gain of 6 yards, but resulting in a 4th down.
Have to do it. 4th down. 4th down. All you got.
Tessa Barrera knows how big this play is right now, Bobby. This is 4th down, and this could be Regina's only chance to retake the lead.
This is for the season. This is what it comes down here. This is what it's all about right now.
The crowd is starting to get into it here in the Brandt Center. They know how big this play is. It's 4th and 8 for Saskatoon. As you mentioned, Bobby, oh, they're almost going to be whistling for delay of game here. 4th and 8. Annie Erler keeps it herself and does not pick up the 1st down. Now Regina is still alive. They still have a chance.
Van Earl, what kind of call is this? Quarterback sneak, 4th and 8. You got Fennell, who's averaging 12 yards a carry, and you don't give her the ball.
Let's check in with Mitch on the sideline.
I think, guys, we've got a little bit of momentum going this way now with Regina. That last series, Saskatoon almost gave it away. Throwing the ball makes you wonder why they didn't just keep it on the ground and run this clock out. We'll see if they gave Nikki Johnson and this Regina offense 1 minute, 6 seconds too long. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mitch. Little more than a minute for Nikki Johnson as she hands it off to Tessa Barrera on the tight end reverse. A good gain of 7 yards.
I hate to put it on the coaches, but I can't say and reiterate how big that call was. A quarterback sneak, it gives Regina a chance. Nikki Johnson is licking her chops right now.
Barrera pushed out of bounds, so the clock stopped. Now a 2nd and 3 for Regina.
Great leadership there by Nikki Johnson, using the sideline very effectively to stop the clock. Anytime you touch the wall, it stops the clock. She's doing a great job.
2nd and 3 from midfield. High shotgun snap. Johnson keeps it herself. Right side and again goes into the boards to stop the clock. Excellent clock management right now by Nikki Johnson and the Regina Rage. They also have 1 timeout remaining.
They fake this as their favorite play. They fake it inside the wall, so she follows it outside, gets out of bounds, and stops the clock. But I can't tell you how much they miss Whitney Morado right now. She's a deep threat, and Nikki Johnson's got the gun, but they can't throw it. They can't use the passing game.
The Regina Rage is 20 yards away from the end zone. A 1st and 10 for the Rage. Oh, a high snap Johnson can't handle it. Picks it up. Loose ball. Scrambling for her life. Ball goes loose. Picked up. And a whistle stops play.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness. It's a Saskatoon possession. Referee Rob Isbester has ruled that the ball was recovered by Saskatoon.
I think she was trying to pass the ball. Nikki Johnson's going ballistic.
She's got to be claiming that her arm was in a forward motion, but the referee is calling Saskatoon ball. Horrible snap.
Of all time, Janelle Weeby snaps it overhead. She did throw the ball. That's a forward pass, Van Earl.
Indeed, that is a forward pass as she was trying to avoid Shishindu. She was in the act of moving the ball forward with her throwing arm.
Absolutely. I don't blame the coach for being mad there. That was a forward pass. That should not be a fumble.
Rob Isbister's got to gather his crew to try to figure out the right call here. There's timeout on the field. Controversy on display as Regina and Nikki Johnson try to stay alive. There is tons of tension inside the Brandt Center as the fans await the referee's decision. Here's some of the reaction of the Regina players after that call.
It went backwards! It went backwards! It went backwards! It was lateral! It was lateral!
It went backwards! No, it didn't! She took it backwards!
No!
She took it!
I'm on Nikki's side. Her hand was going forward. Her case has to be heard by this referee. It was a forward pass. I hope they call it right.
After review, the quarterback had an incomplete pass. It'll be Regina's ball.
They got it right, Van Earl. That's the
Second
way it
down.
should be called. That was for the season right there.
Wow.
Great call.
First
Now
play.
Nikki
You're
Johnson.
going to be spread. Just go right side. You're blocking her to the outside.
Line up on the right side here. I'm going right.
Yeah, just
Nikki Johnson is already moving on and moving forward, trying to get her team focused after a huge reversal of call. The original call was fumble Nikki Johnson. Saskatoon recovers. Nikki Johnson is smiling because she and Regina still have life, still have a chance to make it to the championship game, the Lingerie Bowl of LFL Canada.
Chris Lamberis and his staff are going ballistic, and I don't blame them. They had the ball on the inside the 5-yard line going in. Now Nikki Johnson has a chance to take Regina to the Lingerie Bowl.
Whistle stops play and stops the clock. After the gain of 6 yards by Nikki Johnson off another high snap.
A high snap again. Janelle Weeby's got to get the ball down. She's got to concentrate. You can't have this at this time of the game.
Now a 3rd and 4 for Johnson in the range. Johnson looking to throw, moving to her right. Bad throw, incomplete, intended for Tessa Barrera.
That did not look like the Nikki Johnson we know. Barrera is wide open for the first down. She doesn't square her shoulders. She throws across her body. Terrible pass. That would have got him in scoring range, and now it's 4th down, Van Earl.
It is 4th and 4. This is the season for Nikki Johnson and the Regina Rage. They've got to get a first down to try and take the lead. 4th down, 4 yards to go.
The crowd is going bananas right now. They got to come up with something right now.
Johnson from the shotgun on 4th and 4. Handoff to Callie Russell, left side. Oh!
I think she got it. I think she's there, Van Earl.
It looked very close to a 4-yard gain.
She's right at the 16-yard line. She's right. I think she has it right there. Andy Earl saying it's short, but I think that's a bad spot. That's where they're spotting the ball.
That is a bad spot.
Watch where the ball is. She's almost at the 16-yard line when she goes out of bounds. Right here. It's right where the ball goes out. She's got the 16 or inside the 16.
And if she got to the 16, it would have been good enough for a first down. Here's the crucial measurement. Here decides Regina's season.
That's a horrible spot by the officials. And you can't review it either.
Horrible spot. And Regina is denied.
The Lingerie Bowl. That cost them the Lingerie Bowl right there. That spot by the officials.
Wow. They got a second life after the reversal of call. One originally called a fumble, then reversed to a forward pass, incomplete. Regina had life, but they could not convert on 4th and 4. And Saskatoon got a little helping hand from the referees on their poor spot of the football, and it came up short for a first down for Regina. Just seconds left here as Saskatoon will most likely just take a knee. Annie Erler does that. The clock will run out, and that will be the game.
What a season for Heather Furr, Annie Erler, and the Saskatoon Sirens. They're going to the lingerie bowl. I finally think it's kicking into them. They realize they're going to the championship game.
And at the other end of the spectrum, the Regina Rage. But look at the joy for the Saskatoon Sirens. Wow, they are thrilled, and what a game, by the way. Coming back from a 19-6 deficit, taking control late in the first half, and now they are celebrating their triumph, their achievement to make it to the championship. Let's head down to Mitch Mortaza.
Here we are, victorious Saskatoon Sirens, Miss Annie Erler and Tamar Fennell, a pair of our U.S. All-Stars that are going to the Lingerie Bowl, the first one in Canada. How's it feel, Tamar?
Amazing! I am so pumped. I'm so glad. Our teammates did so good. I love this girl. I love this team. We're excited to take it off.
Congratulations. We'll see you in BC in a little bit, huh? Miss Erler, you're back to your antics, getting interceptions, doing what you have to offensively. Talk to me about how it felt out there. And you're going to your first championship in the LFL.
That's amazing. Words can't even explain it. But out there, it was such a tough physical game. It's hard not to get down when you're not making throws. Our line came through. Our Saskatoon girls did awesome. We couldn't be more proud.
Best of luck. We'll see you in about 3 weeks, Miss Erler. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much. Bobby, here's a look at the final numbers from this great game.
Pretty even games, but the turnovers, the big fumble, and the big interception were the big keys to this game and the loss for Regina.
And this sets up an awesome matchup of the first ever Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada as Annie Erler and the Saskatoon Sirens take on Stephanie Manu and the BC Angels. That'll happen in 3 weeks. But before that happens, we'll see you next week from Toronto as the Angels take on the Toronto Triumph. For now, for Bobby Huco and Mitch Mortaza, I'm Van Earl Wright. Thanking you so much for watching LFL Saturday Night Football.